Good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to another episode of the Diaspora Global Panel. With me, as usual, is Mr. Anthony Heze from the United States and Jude Unwa Okolo from Dublin, Ireland. I am Olakunle Lemboye from Canada. Today we have a sad story to share with you today. It's a sad story because, a lady was gruesomely murdered in the College of Education in Sokoto, Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto. Deborah Samuel, who was gruesomely murdered they said, for allegedly blaspheming against Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have that story for you today with our panelists, the formidable panelists that joined us today. They will be analyzing what actually transpired, what happened. Have we failed as a country? Have we failed another soul, another lady? Thank you guys for joining us today. Let me start with Tony. It's the story of this lady, Deborah Samuel, who was said to have blasphemed against Islam and was gruesomely murdered. I'm sure you have read one or two things about the story, and you have actually watched a lot of commentaries about it. Tony, what is your take on this?
Kunle, my pleasure being around today. It was very, very shocking story. It's so appalling that Nigeria had degenerated to a level, abysmal level, where no person is sure of the next day. It was alleged that this lady just praised the name of Jesus for enabling her to pass her exam. From the discussion I watched, there was no mention of blasphemy. It just they didn't want her to bring Jesus to the forefront. And at all level, we failed this lady. The school, the police, and the country. Because this shows to the outside world the level of insecurity in Nigeria. And not only that if you're in Nigeria, anything happen to you, you are on your own. And we want the Nigerian government to prove them wrong by making sure that this does not go unpunished. And not only punished, but to be highly publicized so that it's going to be a deterrent for others to try. When you listen to a lot of Muslim clerics, they made it abundantly very clear that nowhere in Quran were Muslims directed to take laws into their hands to clean any person that goes against either the Quran or the Prophet. All confirmed that you need the verdict of a well-constituted court of law or the Sharia law to determine whether a blasphemy was confirmed.
Was committed or not.
Right. And apart from that, even when it is confirmed, they equally made it abundantly clear again that he does not authorize men to take laws into their hand. They should still leave it in the ambit of the law to decide how the person is punished. And even at that, they further made it clearer by saying that even the Quran wants you to leave the punishment to God, because it is alleged that the punishment may come after this earth life,
Hmm.
and even where to teach a lesson to other people, God may still visit the punishment, but it is not the duty of men to apply that punishment, especially lynching or whatever way. How did I say the school failed Yakubu? Situation like this that
I think
sometimes,
Deborah Samuel, that's her name.
okay, so Deborah Samuel, the school, if in the Western world, are highly culpable, because when you in charge of a school discover there's a volatile situation, first thing is to call in the police. Again, the police, because of the status quo in Nigeria, are no more responding easily when they are called to action. No thanks to a lot of police stations being brought down and police being killed. So what this boils down to is that the Nigerian government need to sit up. They need to come out and make sure that we have peace and tranquility in Nigeria, so that when there is any problem, the appropriate authority
Hmm.
will do the needful thing to make sure that people are held accountable.
Thank you, Tony. Jude, over to you. You need to unmute yourself.
Sorry for that. At this time, we are still talking about religious intolerance in Nigeria. I wonder what kind of leadership we have. I wonder what is all about Nigeria. I wonder, this the kind of atmosphere in Nigeria at this present time. I don't understand, because this is purely religious issue here, which we handled. Some of this we have handled them 20 years ago. It's repeating itself again. Someone called Jesus, someone called Muhammad, and people are framing, people are shouting, "Why did you do?" It's at this time of where we are in an advanced society, advanced world, we're everywhere. I mean, I wonder if these people that lynch him, if they were living in the West, living in UK or living in Ireland or America, and someone tell them Jesus, are they going to take a gun and shoot the person in America? Are they going to are they going to kill somebody in London because he said what this guy said? No, they will not do that. They will pretend, we didn't hear that. But they are comfortable to do it in Nigeria. That is a own blasphemy on their side. On their side, they are hypocrites, because I see them here, the children here who are of Islam born here, they live here with us. They put on short dresses, they put on tights, they dress like every other person, even though some of them cover their hair, but they still dress like vocal, like the way they dress here, and they don't see anything wrong in it. But when they go back to Nigeria, they see something wrong in it. That is hypocrisy on their own side. It's not hypocrisy on this thing. They pretend that they are serving the real God in Nigeria, but when they come outside, they're not serving him anymore. So it doesn't make sense at all. Even when we heard the president spoke, statement he made, it doesn't make, because he cannot make that statement in the West. Can he make that statement in the UN? I mean, this is hypocrisy on these people's side. We are more than that. Christians don't do that. I have people working with me, they are Muslims. We talk around, I talk to them, I say, look, we are this, I don't see anything. I eat with them, I do everything with them. And that showed me that sometimes there's some pretense in them. Probably I'm going to be afraid of even mingle up with them because this makes no sense. And even the illiterates, the ones that are political leaders in Nigeria who are supposed to correct this, they are shying away from it. Just because, probably because they want vote, probably because there's something behind in them. You see, this has revealed a lot of things that Nigeria need solution as immediately. There's something happening in Nigeria that we have not even sorted out. For this girl to die like that for no reason, just like how Stephen died in the Bible before in the time of Christ 2,000 years ago, still happening now. Stephen was stoned to death, still happening now after 2,000 years ago. It's a shame on people who have carried this, and if they're hiding under a religion to do that, I think they have problem themselves. They cannot do that. I bet you, if they fly down to Ireland or to UK, and you speak to them about it in their present, they will not do it. They will laugh over it. But they are able to do that in Sokoto. That is blasphemy on their side, not on this girl. And look, they are going to face it one way or the other. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I heard that two of the perpetrators have been arrested. And I believe that the police in Nigeria are working diligently to bring others to book. You know, this to me is a pathetic story because what they even allege this girl did amounted to nothing. You see, my name is Olakunle Taufik Lemboye. You say, I've got a Muslim background. Would I be offended by the actions of this lady? My answer is no. Because this is what I read happened from one of our classmates. Her name is Rekia. See, what Rekia said was this, that they were chatting on the platform, you know, a WhatsApp platform for a specific course. And one of the students asked, how come you performed so well in your last semester's exam? And this lady responded and said, "Na Jesus, so it was Jesus, so." And immediately she said that, three, you see, other chats came in from, you know, two Muslims and one Christians. You know, the Muslims asked her to retract. This is, I must say, this is what I read. They asked her to retract what she said. And I think when they asked her, the girl emphasized her position and said, Holy Ghost fire, nothing will happen to me. Holy Ghost fire, nothing will happen to me. Because she said, now Jesus made her pass very well in the last semester exam. And they said that. And what the girl said was that Rekia said, this lady Deborah said, is it by force that you guys will always be sending this religious stuff in this group? This group wasn't created for that, but rather as a notice on test, assignment, exams, etc. Not this nonsense religious posts. And this infuriated these people. They said that they brought some people in from outside, you know, and they escalated the situation that some students wanted to smuggle the girl out because they knew what was about to befall this girl. So they tried to smuggle her out, and successfully, they smuggled her to the police post, to the security post. The security guys, they tried their best, you see, to protect her. They hid her in a room, but these guys forcefully entered the room and they got her, they lynched her, and they said, according to this Rekia girl, the last thing this girl said was that, what do you hope to achieve with this. Tony, over to you, please, because honestly, we have been sharing, so many stories like this, insecurity all over the place. What is happening? What is happening? Why are we killing ourselves? Why do we have so much insecurity in Nigeria? There was a video flying around. I couldn't watch it, but I was told that in this video, I'm very sorry if I'm raising my voice. It's as if I'm shouting because
We understand.
I'm really, honestly, I'm down. I'm down, honestly. I watched this. I couldn't watch it, but a friend of mine watched it and said that they beheaded a couple. That so many people. What is happening in our country? I'm deflated. Tony, please help me out. Help me out.
Yeah, Kunle, it's understandable you are at tone level because even when you are not staying in the country, you fear for your nation. To be clear, this is not new to Nigerians. If you recall, in the days of Boko Haram, it's always disheartening to watch so many episodes where this fanatical, because we have to be very clear, we are not talking about all Muslims. There are very, very good Muslims. But this fanatical group, through the Boko Haram and the rest, had kind of made this sin a usual sin in Nigeria, where a, a human being will be slaughtered, videoed, where people are screaming the name of God. You begin to get worried. This is where they say religion is the opium of the masses. If you go to Jewish land, where these two religions originated, in Jerusalem, a guy went on vacation and was brought back a video of how close the biggest Christian church is beside a mosque, feeling that look at we are dying over in Nigeria for nothing, and the people who look onto are the originator of these two religions are enjoying themselves, because apart from regular rivalry between the Israel and Palestine, sometimes they enjoy more peace than many places in Africa who just got the belief from those holy land. So they have made this kind of vandalism, open day murder, a regular sin in Nigeria. All we say is this, that both the Christian and the Muslims should have a rethink. This is not what the two churches are telling us. Let us not misinterpret the verdict of these churches. We should try as much as possible to read our book, our holy book. If the Muslims are reading the Quran correct, a lot of things will not be going wrong. Let me give you another example how some of our Muslim brothers misinterpret some of the belief in the Quran. Look at marriage. If you look at marriage, it is alleged that in Quran, people were advised to marry as many as you love equally. And it appears this context was changed to favor some of our African brothers, whereby they marry as many as they like. Rather, it's very, very difficult to love two women equally. We know it's very difficult. But they change the verse to suit them, whereby they take in as many women as possible and covered it up that that's what the Quran said. I don't think so. So there's
Did
a lot.
did they really change it? It's just that they
No,
miss.
they didn't change it.
Some of them will, because I remember, you see, when we are talking, then
Okay.
I'll be talking to my wife. I'll say, the Quran says I should marry as many as possible. Even
Okay.
though I know that the clause is there,
Yes.
that you have to love them equally. And
Exactly.
the Muslim clerics will tell you there is no way, it is not possible to love them equally.
Okay.
So it's always advisable for you to stick to one.
Right. So that is the thing that we are talking about.
That is to buttress you, buttress your point.
Thank you. Thank you. So why I brought this example is that both the Christians and the Muslims, sometimes in the most of these holy books, some will try to change. They don't change the verse of those holy books, but they do it to suit themselves. I'll give you another funny example. This time it's with the Christian faith. In at the University of Ibadan, a pastor, because in the Bible, Daniel was thrown into the den of a lion, and the lion did not execute Daniel because of the power of the Lord, because Daniel did not on his own went into the lion's den. This pastor wanted to prove that verse of the Bible without checking the liturgical background. And as soon as he jumped into the zoo fence in the University of Ibadan, the lion did not waste time in converting him to their lunch. So we have to be very, very careful when we interpret the holy books. If we are not very clear about it, we need to either contact our clerical leaders for clarification, rather than going around committing sins in the name of serving the God. We should leave these gods, this religion, let those gods fight for themselves to prove their authenticity, rather than going to commit criminal offenses in the name of defending the religion.
Thank you, Tony. And exactly what President Muhammadu Buhari said in his release, it's like, oh, leave it. You see, God can fight his own battle. And we just realized that the Sultanate Council of Sokoto, the emirate, they have also condemned it. They condemned the action and asked the police to bring the perpetrators to book. So it's not as if the Muslim clerics or the leaders of the religion are condoning these actions of these youth. They said that this action is unacceptable and is barbaric, to say the least. I've listened to a lot of religious leaders, both Christians and Muslims, condemning the actions of this youth. It's like a vibrant lady was just destroyed. For me, I will always say, no one should, castigate or insult Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody should, including Jesus. Nobody should, because these are people that religious followers, they refer those names. So why do you purposefully want to hurt other people? Why do you want to throw the name they so much respect, the name that they so much worship? Why do you want to throw it into the mud? But in this case, there is no evidence that this girl committed this. At least I've written the story we shared was from the Daily Post, and there was this journalist that did a report, an exhaustive report on it. I mean, the name is Insika Insenye on May 14, 2022. He reported about it. He interviewed the friend, Rekia, who allegedly told the story. Allegedly told and said, this girl just said, now Jesus made her pass our last semester's exam. Jude, we have heard that many religious leaders, presidential aspirants, governors, and whatever, actually condemned these killings. They condemned it. So, what do you see? I have here the press release from the Emirate Council, Sokoto. This is what they have to say. They condemned it. And I heard that Atiku also condemned it. He tweeted. Atiku tweeted and condemned it. This is Atiku's tweet. He said, there cannot be a justification for such gruesome murder. Deborah Yakubu, Deborah Samuel, was murdered. All those behind her death must be brought to justice. My condolences to her family and friends. And what surprised everybody is that some people that I have on screen, they were condemning Atiku. They were threatening Atiku. According to a newspaper that I read, they said some religious fanatics. I don't think these guys are religious fanatics. They are just people that have something to say. They said you have just lost 1 million votes in Sokoto. One guy, Musty to call, said, I swear to God, mine inclusive, that Atiku will lose for condemning such a dastard act. And do you know what happened? After this, Jude, this is what Atiku allegedly responded. According to Mr. Atiku, he tweeted this. He said, every tweet has to get my express approval, but this one didn't. So I asked them to take it down. Jude, this is the tweet. What is bad in this tweet that Atiku said they should take down? Because he didn't get, this is from Atiku's handle, his official handle, because he didn't get his permission. Jude, what is wrong in this?
Yeah, well, Atiku is vying for presidency. All along they have failed all their plans to convert Nigeria to Islamic State, and everything that comes around is focusing towards that. But they were hiding it behind them because they cannot do it, because this is Nigeria. We are not Afghanistan. We are not like Taliban's. It's Nigeria. You cannot change Nigeria to become Taliban, to become Afghanistan. I'm speaking to Atiku or Buhari, whoever it is. All their plan was to make that country, Islamic. But it's not going to be possible. But they do it indirectly.
I'm very sorry.
Well, it may not be confirmed.
I don't know.
No,
Tony,
it may not be.
Tony, do you want to say anything to what you said?
No. I'm a
Nigerian,
and we see their method, we see their plan, and it has been their method, their plan, and we have seen how events happen in Nigeria, and it didn't happen. I don't need to confirm it, even though it's not fully confirmed, but they head towards that. And when such a thing happens, instead of to condemn their people not to do this, and they keep on digressing, they keep on sidelining themselves. Tell me the reason why Atiku should withdraw what he wrote. Tell me why Buhari should make a statement that he made. Because to them, whatever these people are doing is right, because that's what they think it is right. But they cannot show it in the public because this is Nigeria. But within themselves, they like it. They follow. They know. They take what their people do, and they don't want to condemn it. And apparently, Atiku made a mistake. He said somebody posted it, but when he found out that this is going to affect the election, he cancelled it and said, "I withdrew." Withdrew what? Are you deceiving us? You made the right statement and you withdrew the statement because your people don't want to vote for you.
You know what? A lot of politicians, a lot of human rights organizations have condemned Atiku. They
Yes,
have
they have to
condemned
condemn
him.
him because
Why would
these are
you
these are not the
withdraw
kind
that?
of leaders.
You
Dr. Kole.
wrote, this is it. You wrote a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong in this.
Yeah,
You
this is
said there
why
cannot be a justification for gruesome murder. Deborah, Deborah Samuel was murdered, and all those behind her death must be brought to justice. My condolences to our family and friends. And Mr. Tony, do you know what I think? That these people that responded to Atiku, I'm sure they did not know the background of the story. I don't see these people as Islamic terrorists or whatever, as fanatics. These people are just people that are commented because probably they felt that the lady blasphemed truly. I'm sure that if they now get to know what that lady said, if what our friend Rekia said was true, and they now get to know that, so this girl just said, now Jesus, so what happened? So what do you think about and I don't know if you don't want to talk about it,
let
we
me
can
say
just
wait
pass it.
before I hand over to Tony,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
Let me say something before I hand over to Tony.
Okay.
Atiku need to come publicly. Not we don't want tweets. He need to come in publicly as the former vice president and a president aspirant to speak to Nigeria about this and condemn it publicly. That's what he needs to do. Now, we don't want tweets. He need to open up his mouth.
I support you on that.
And come out
you
publicly
100%.
and go straight away and tell them what you have done is wrong. Because these people are hiding under these people to commit atrocities in Nigeria. And no one is handling it. Buhari has to come up publicly. Everything we are here, we're just reading, we are reading. We want to see them come over the national TV and condemn what is going on. Open their mouth and speak. People will see them speaking. And people start relaxing down. For them to write tweet and say, this is not this somebody's life we are talking about. We don't need a tweet. We need you to come openly. You know, we are no longer Nigeria of 2,000 years ago. This is Nigeria of now. And this, we are, apart from being a Christian, well, I don't condemn Muslims. I have my friends are all Muslims around me, surrounding me. We eat together, we do everything.
I know that your staffs are Muslims, all of them.
Of course. We love, we talk everything. I mean,
and I know that you are a pastor of the gospel.
Exactly, your choice is your choice. I don't care. Your friends, Tony, I don't care what you belong. Yes. Whether you're a Hindu, Tony, that's your business.
I don't know if you know.
Okay, yeah.
All his workers are Muslims.
Right. You see, when we get statements like that of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, we need to pick some lessons out of it. Simply put, our politicians value the life of ordinary Nigerians. When we say that Nigeria has been bought over by a few people who decide what they want, not what Nigerians want. This is a typical example because it now shows that the former vice president value politics, value election, the result of election, more than the life of a human being. And if this lady, deceased lady, if this has happened to a member of Atiku's clan, it would have been a different comment. So what we want to tell so many Nigerians is that you have to be very, very careful the comments you make, the location where you make it. Take, for example, the utterance of this lady in question. If you go to southern Nigeria, you can, in a particular Sunday, or even in their different prayers section, you can hear it more than 1,000,000 times, where people are praising their God for what they have done. Muslims do praise their God for what they've been achieved through. The same thing with Christians. So what the lady said is not offensive at all in any way. But because of the location where she said it, people who don't read their Quran very well decide. And this is another typical example of where the average Nigerians who are impoverished, who are being used all this time as thugs, are bound in Nigeria. So in most cases, they don't even find out what exactly they are fighting for. But as far as they are beckoned, because I can tell you some of these people that came out to execute this lady, there are some remote control that people were called upon to come in and take action. So we need to take care of ordinary Nigerians so that they will not be lured into violence all the time because of their disposition.
Hmm.
All we are saying is this is not the first time this kind of case has happened in Nigeria. In fact, there is a court reference that actually reached the Supreme Court. It happened in northern Nigeria, early 2000.
Mhm.
Is it 2001? Or I don't have the accurate record. But this case actually, from the first court to the Court of Appeal and to the Supreme Court,
Hmm.
and the Supreme Court upheld the judgment of the lower court by saying it is not the right of every person or any person for mere perception of somebody committing blasphemy to take laws into their hand.
Thank you so
These
much.
people were actually at the Supreme Court level condemned to death for killing any a person for blasphemy. So the fact is that we want the government to allow the judiciary to do the needful. Because just like when they arrest ritual killers, the
Yeah,
arrest is not the case. But
it's the aftermath.
in
What
the
happened?
aftermath, it, I can assure you that if care is not taken, in a couple of months to come, this case will die a natural death.
Hmm.
So it's very important that the Nigerian government, through the judiciary, prove to the outside world that there are still justice in Nigeria. Prove to the outside world that Nigeria is still safe for visitors to come in. Because the way we handle this case will determine a lot of how the outside world sees Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Tony. Honestly, Jude, you captured many thoughts that I've been battling with. Tony, thank you for just shedding light on this issue.
Thank you.
I know that you are a Christian, but I could actually see that you have actually researched this topic extensively. You know, what happened to this girl is something that should never happen in Nigeria again. That is the prayer. You know, from the video, okay, the video of the incident was posted. I know that many journalists, many social media commentators, daily post to be precise, they captured the faces of those people that appeared in the video. Some were celebrating the murder of this innocent girl in the middle, while this guy in cap, I know, held the matches and said that, and I think was indicating that this is the matches that they used to murder the girl. You can see this is another guy. Another guy I was part of the act. We have not confirmed it, but this is from, media images and whatever on some of these, reputable social media houses in Nigeria. And as you can see, they are holding the matches. That this is the matches. And I think that these are people, breaking daily posts, as I said, you know, breaking tension in Sokoto as protesters demand release of suspected killers of Deborah Samuel. So as you can see, People are protesting that they should release. Many, I think, 2 people were like arrested, and I think that the police should please do justice to it. So as you can see, there are so many people in the background. I think some of these pictures will help the police, in bringing many of these people to book. I think they should, they should be brought to justice. And we kind of cut off, because this is a very gruesome and graphic image, but we cut off. This is this guy holding like a plank or a whatever, trying to eat the girl lying on the ground. I think a lifeless body. So these are people, through their clothing, they can actually track them. They will know, the security and the investigators will know who these people are. And I think that they should be brought to books. Now, these are, these are some of the other images as well. And these are from reputable news houses in Nigeria. So lastly, we want to talk about what President Muhammadu Buhari wrote. Like I said, the press release by the president was okay. But a friend of mine called my attention to this piece. And if there's a minute or two, please, just let our viewers, know your take on this. They said that what the president wrote, that the president noted that Muslims all over the world demand respect for the holy prophet, including Isa, which is Jesus Christ, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But where transgression occur, this is the bit that people have issues with. That where transgressions occur, as alleged to be the case in this instance, because that is a powerful word, as alleged to be the case, to be. If we had said as alleged in this case, he said as alleged to be the case in this instance, the law does not allow anyone to take matters into their hands. So this is my thinking. You see, when my friend called my attention to it, I said, does the president know more than we know? Is Rekia a friend, a classmate of Deborah, not saying the truth? Does the story done by Daily Post incorrect? Tony, over to you. If you are comfortable to analyze it, please give our audience what you think.
Okay. My takeaway from this is that very prominently, the president has condemned people taking laws into their hand. Where you were saying probably where it is noted there, where transgression occurred, I think he's still rooting out for the judiciary to take its proper course. It's going to be the courts that will decide, not the president, whether transgression has occurred. This is where division of labor among the different arms of government comes into play. This case should be transferred to the judiciary so that they use their experience and judgment and the constitutional sections to decide whether this case was handled properly. And like I said in my earlier contribution, these cases, they have a backup in our law, in the Supreme Court judgments. So most of these courts, what they do is that they refer to well verdict cases that they can use as an example. So This should be the job of the judiciary to decide and punish adequately. Our problem in Nigeria is that many offenders usually go scot-free,
Mm.
depending on who is behind them. And now, if you look at how people are already protesting, they are not protesting about the death of this young lady.
Yeah.
They are protesting because that is the normal thing. They don't get
Mm.
the real story. Some section of Nigeria are not the same. If you
Mm.
go in the south or the south, let's say south and the southeast and southwest, it's always difficult to call people to protest for any reason. Most of their reasons are justified before they protest.
Mm.
I think it could have been fair enough for people to be protesting, in as much as we are not calling out for protests, but the judiciary to do their job. If I
Yeah.
thought there should be protest, it should be on the wrongful killing of this young lady, and
Yeah.
not the people who were caught red-handed involved in the killing.
Mm.
Unless the protesters are trying to say that the wrong people were arrested. But if the real people were arrested, um, we need to pay more attention in asking the government to direct the judiciary, because this is a very delicate case that we want the judiciary to handle adequately, so that it will be a deterrent to other people who want to take the same route.
Thank you so much. Jude,
Yeah.
yes, what do you have to say about the press release by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
Yeah. As I understand the transgression, we're talking about an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct of an offense, or an offense.
Yes,
Is
I
not.
was thinking that the
Oh,
President
yeah.
was
Oh,
saying that the allegation was that the girl
yeah. If we look at it,
committed a
let's look at it in
transgression.
two. That's what I'm trying here now. Let's look at it in two ways now. Did this girl commit an offense, or does
Honestly,
he break it?
between us, I
Did he
don't.
break? Did he break any law? No.
From the story, that was why I said,
From the story,
does
he
the
said,
president know more than we do?
yeah,
Because
okay, yeah,
he said, as alleged in this case.
yes, as I alleged in this case. So, from what we know about the story, based on what we know about the story, as we have seen, this girl did not break any law, commit no offense. He only praises God for helping him. If she only prays her God for helping her, which anybody can pray, anybody being a Buddha, you can say, thank Buddha for helping me to pass my exam. You can say, thank this, you are not referring to anybody, he's referring to himself. So
Hmm.
he did not break any law, and he did not
Hmm.
even abuse any religion. He did not even say, your God did not help me, my God helped me. You see, statement is so simple there. So we can exonerate this guy that he didn't break any law. So who broke the law now? The guys that killed this girl broke the law.
Hmm.
So is that what he's trying to refer there?
Yeah, so that is something that I think is not clear.
It's
I
not
don't
clear.
know. I
It's
don't know.
clear.
Honestly, between us, I don't know what the president was saying, really.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The onus here is that these people demonstrating or causing problem now, causing going to riot or whatever, are not to blame for their actions. The people who are in charge of them, the leaders of the country, refuse to do their law. They refuse to act accordingly, and as such, people disobey the law.
Mhm.
They have this kind of thing going on for years in Nigeria. They have not handled it the way it's supposed to be handled. And as such, people go free when they commit an offense, and they feel free to commit it again. So I don't want to blame anybody protesting, because they are protesting because the government they are protesting is not taking action against them. So that means what they are doing is right. And at the end of the day, they're going to release people that are arrested to favor them. So
Mhm.
that means in the next future, it will repeat itself again. we have a problem where our leaders are not leaders. They are just there for their own sake. I don't know what kind of leaders we have in Nigeria. It is time we throw these people away. They are not leaders. I don't understand this kind of, in fact, this kind of Nigeria, everyone is tired of this kind of country. I don't know. What kind of country is this? People, look at the one campaigning for presidency, still coming out to say, no, I didn't say. I don't know what is coming to rule. Who is coming to rule? The Muslim only, or including the Christians as well? They have to define themselves. Nigeria should take, see, we are in new dispensation. People look at, okay, for instance, the Sokoto Caliphate, the people in Sokoto, the Sultan of Sokoto, from what we see here, they condemn the actions. If the Sokoto if they condemn the action, who is Atiku not to condemn it?
That's beyond me, honestly.
Yeah, if the leaders of Muslim in Nigeria condemn the action, who is Atiku not to condemn it? Just because he wants to vie for, he wants votes. This is appalling. This is appalling, and we have to be careful. These are not the people who are going to bring anybody like this. That best such thing should not even attempt to become a president of Nigeria. He has failed himself completely.
Thank you so much.
I will just add that we should let our audience know that our telephone is open.
Yeah.
And this all important issue, they are free to call us in and make some contribution.
Yeah, they can call us on WhatsApp plus 35387 226 5271. The line is open. Please give us a call and contribute. Thank you. Yeah, we are nearing the end of today's program. We just want to say that, on a funny note, let's end on a funny note. See, as we can see, the list of presidential aspirants is dwindling as the days goes by. As we can see, as the days go by, as we can see, many of them are withdrawing fast from the race. We know that Emefiele, the president, the central bank governor, has actually, withdrew. Kalu withdrew, Akpabio withdrew, Malami has withdrew, and Ngige. Malami was trying to contest as, I think, the Kebbi state governor. He has withdrew. He has withdrawn. Ngige, I think the minister of labor, has withdrawn. So please, what is your take on this? They are withdrawing fast. So it's kind of funny, because after paying 100 million, are they going to get the money back? Let me go to Jude. Let's Jude take this on first before we go. We are closing soon. So yeah, Jude, you can just include your social media declaration as well.
Yeah, what I noticed there for Emefiele himself, I see Emefiele does not want to lose his office at all. He doesn't want to lose that position of it for the next 6 months. He don't want to lose that salary coming in and everything that comes with it. So he doesn't want to take the risk. So, and he started, we know this before, from beginning, when they are trying to say, he was thinking, how am I going to lose my position? So he plays smart. I respect him. He just want to hold on to what he has, rather than thinking I will be president of Nigeria. He knows he cannot do it anyway. So he just withdrew straight away. Let me finish my office. Let me just enjoy my 6 months and get my first salary. That's what that guy did. Some other people too follow suit. They follow the same thing. My guys, this thing, I thought they were allowed.
Minister of Labor.
Yeah, I thought they were allowed to be here and be doing this. Oh, this guy don't hold us. So we have to I have to remain. So they don't want to lose the money. Number one. Number two,
they want to stop the national cake.
Yeah,
they want to stop me from enjoying the national cake.
Yeah,
please let me just forget about their whatever. It's just funny.
8 months is too much for them to lose their salary. Yeah, they know that.
They know that because the president asked them to resign. if you are
Yeah,
contesting,
8 months to
resign.
lose the salary for 8 months. They don't want to lose it.
Wow.
Tony, over to you.
Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jude. I think the picture is very, very clear. All of us know it. Those of us who watched 2015, this should not be something special, you know. They were acting on the instruction of the president. You cannot keep a job and you are campaigning for another job. And then it brought out a lot of hypocrisy
Mm,
that you can just drop even when they don't want to own up. You just drop in 100 million
mm.
naira. We are not talking of 1,000 naira.
100 oh,
We are not talking of 100. We are talking of 100 million naira.
million.
You drop it less than a week.
And you can't talk say you no go do again.
You tell us that
Why you drop am?
I'm withdrawing. Now, this is what we are talking about. They are making joke of the whole show.
Yeah.
They are just playing on the intelligence of Nigerians.
Do you know what Emefiele said? He said that
Mm.
I'm enjoying the moment.
Of course, because and don't forget the way we concluded last week that when they go into this uh, thing, there is settlement, but we don't know whether settlement occurred now because most of them claim they are not the owners of the money. Like Emefiele said, the farmers.
Yeah, the Farmers Association of
Maybe they gave the farmers back their money.
Hmm.
Okay, but if money had not exchanged hand, they need to tell us the real truth. Because in foreign country, you don't play this kind of joke.
Hmm.
You need to be held accountable. By
Yeah,
the time the system in Nigeria improves, they will not be playing this
kind of
abracadabra.
expensive joke.
Yes, this is an
Yes.
expensive joke. Now, some of them you say that withdrew, apart from keeping their job, they have made an arrangement. If their party wins in 2023, they want to secure another job. So they should not be fooling us.
Thank
But
you.
it's very good that we try as much as possible to voice out the opinion
Yeah.
so that they know that people are not feeling right.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Sorry,
Thank you so
before you go there, I just want to let you know that a surprising thing that surprised me was that I on China's news I heard Jonathan the Amajaris have
Mhm.
computed 100 million to allow Jonathan to come in
for coming.
to come in.
I, I,
Amajari, who does not have penny in their pocket, have raised 100 million for Jonathan to just come in and campaign. When I heard it, I said,
Remember,
"Ah,
remember, last episode I said that those, if at all, those who are interested in Jonathan are the Northerners because Jonathan has only one
4
term to
years. He
run.
will only
So
go
it's
yeah,
for
for
four.
their interest. They are
So,
Majalis that cannot eat 3 square meals a day.
yeah,
We contribute money.
100
Somebody
million."
somebody paid for this thing. Nigerians should pray to God to help us.
okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
We have come to the end of today's program. I want to thank Mr. Anthony Eze because I know that he has to go. And Jude Unwa Okolo for joining us today. We really appreciate you. Thank you for coming, for sharing your wealth of experiences with our audience today. Yeah, we want to say a big condolences to the family of Deborah Samuel, the girl that was murdered, for blasphemy at the Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto. Condolences to our family, and may God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. Please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. From Anthony Eze from United States, Jude Unwa Okolo from Dublin, Ireland, and from myself, Olakunle Lemboye from Canada, we want to say thank you and see you again next week.